Hey everyone, my name is Seduraman and we are back with another video where we discuss, explain and talk about Web3 stuff. In this video, we'll be discussing how we can solve the double spending problem without relying on a bank. If you're new here, do check out our previous video that talks about double spending. Right, so here's the problem. You want to make sure that the digital currency that you use cannot be duplicated and spent more than once, and you have to do this without relying on a centralized third-party institution like the bank. Well, the most straightforward solution here would be to allow individuals to access the details of all the transactions done using a particular digital currency so that they can verify it on their own. This seems like a reasonable idea, but the thing is, where will we actually store all these transactions? I mean, we can't use a centralized database that would just put us back to square one. Also, how will we verify the transactions and how will we add new data? Well, the answer to all these questions came in the form of a 9-page long white paper by an unknown entity who goes by the pseudonym SATOSHI Nakamoto. Through the white paper, Satoshi proposed a new way to store and verify transactional records without the help of any intermediaries or third parties. The idea was to record all the transactional data from a network in a digital file or ledger and keep that ledger distributed across multiple computational systems that are part of that network. The general plan was to allow any individuals with sufficient computational resource to host a copy of the ledger so that they all can have access to the complete data of the network. The advantage of such a setup is that now the participants in the network doesn't have to rely on other third parties for the verification of transactions because they can do it on their own using the data in their copy of the ledger. This distributed ledger is essentially what we call the blockchain, and it was introduced by Satoshi in order to solve the problem of double spending in a decentralized manner. Now, all this sounds quite fancy, but how do we actually store the data in this ledger? How do all the participants in the network synchronize the data? Is data synchronization even necessary? Well, we'll look into all these questions in the upcoming videos.